So yesterday, I was going to play my Genesis, but I noticed there was a lot of noise in the audio. So I went searching around, and apparently the power jack can cause that if it's loose or if the connection on the power jack is loose or inconsistent, that can cause audio problems. So since my power jack is a little weird, the plug's got to be in just the right place in order for it to work and stuff, I figured that's probably my problem. So we're gonna see how it looks. So first we'll take off the plate for the Sega CD here. This is just the shielding plate that they want you to put on if you have a Sega CD. And then this, more shielding. Now this one's a little harder. Sometimes I can get it. Sometimes I gotta pry it gently. Let's try it from this way. There we go. I never liked that one. Never liked getting that one off. Okay, so 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know one of my screws, the threads are stripped. That one's not. Let's get these out one at a time. This one is not. Now the cool thing about Sega is that the use standard screws on their systems. I think I found the stripped one, or not. No, they use just standard Phillips screws. Yeah, that's a stripped one. This one isn't. So you don't need any special tools to get into your Sega systems, except I think the Game Gear. I think the Game Gear, you need to use one of those special tools. All right, I think this is going to work. Let's gently there we go. Oh, there it goes. I could probably stand to clean this too. It's clean, but it's a little dusty. All right, so you get the shielding off. Man. Oh, these are harder to get to. I'm going to put the shielding screws in a different pile so that I don't mix them up. You can use, a lot of people use egg cartons to keep their screws in. Each type of screw goes in a different little cup. My dad used to use baby food jars. What my grandpa would do, it wasn't so much to keep the screws on things he was working on organized, but he would take old baby food jars with the metal lids, and he would nail the metal lids under his workbench, underneath a shelf on his workbench. And then he'd screw the baby food jars up into the lids, and he'd keep, the nuts and screws and things in those jars. They were handy. It was utilizing space. Very creative. Sorry, these screws are impossible to get to if you don't have a pliers. Come on now. That should, yeah, that should do it. Gently take the shielding off. You don't want to bend it. All right. So here's the power plug. Now, before I go any further, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's moving quite a bit. I don't know if I can zoom in on that, but it's moving quite a bit. Whereas this is the the AV port, that's not moving at all. Power plug's moving a lot. Okay, so this isn't going to come out. I bet it's these. Got a little colds coming on, I think. Okay, this is okay. It's coming out. There we. Oop, that can do it. There we go. All right. Look, you see my camera and me. Camera, me, camera, me. All right. Yeah, I think I might clean these since I got it all apart. All right. Let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah. You can see here, especially right there, that's a cold solder joint. It's not a good solder joint. I wonder what's up with these wires. Why are these wires here? Is that normal? I don't know. I bought this new, so I don't know. Obviously soldered by hand, all of this. But my next question is, should I undo this solder or just heat it? I don't know. Well, let me get the soldering iron warmed up first, and then we'll decide. All right, the soldering iron is hot. Let's see here. I think I am going to try to undo this solder just a little. I mean, I'm not going to clean it off completely. Hopefully I don't lift these wires. Oh, I really do wonder why these wires are here. I mean, I can't imagine. Don't know why they'd have done that, given a choice, you know. All right. That's fine. All right. So this one here is definitely a bad one. Heat that up. Apply new solder. Oh yeah, that looks much better. And then this one. I think this one probably needs to be replaced. Well, now it definitely needs to be replaced. All right. So let's all right. Let's take a look at this here. I think it looks okay. Should I bother with that? I'm not going to bother with the other end of this red one. That just looks like a pain. Although it does. No, that one looks okay actually. This one though, I don't know if that's quite a good one. Oh, give me. All right, let's just. We're here. Let's just do it. Let's get it done. I don't know if I saw the wire move. Well, that looks better already, I think. Don't you think? I think. All right. Excuse me while I check this here. Okay, yeah, I haven't bridged anything. Sorry, I can't see. I don't want to stick my head in the camera. And I can't. This viewfinder is so small, I can't inspect things through it. So, all right, I think this is okay. Let's just look, see if there's any other solder joints that stand out. I don't think so. They all look pretty good. Yeah, I think they all look pretty good. All right, so that's, yeah, well, the real test. Okay, this thing isn't moving at all now. That's just, that is rock solid. So, all right, I'm going to clean up these case parts a little, and then I'll be back. Okay, everything is clean and dry. Now, put all this back together. I can remember how. Great. I said this must be it. Yeah, must be it because it fits in perfectly right away. Where'd this go? Okay, this is a brace. This is a brace. It goes right under the slot. You need that so things don't bend. And get the board. Put in the controller ports first. Here we go. Little pin right here. Right there that you got to get through there. All right, that's good. This on. Okay. Oh. All right. I thought I forgot the screws for the slot, but I can get at them. Okay. So when I clean my cases, my game shells, or anything plastic, what I use is Dawn Platinum. Some people use alcohol. Some people use Magic Eraser. Yeah, I don't want to use Magic Eraser because the sandpaper is really fine sandpaper, and even the people who use it admit it. That's what it is. I don't want to do that. So what I found works best for me is just soak it in some warm water with Dawn Platinum. Dawn Platinum, first of all, they're not paying me. They're not paying me to say this, but its selling point is supposedly that it's 5 minutes of soaking in Dawn Platinum is the same as soaking overnight, supposedly. And I found that that's generally true, actually. So I just Put some Dawn Platinum, a little in the sink, a little warm water, you know, enough to cover the pieces. Just let it soak for 5-ish minutes, and then rinse it with warm water really well. You know, if you have kind of a spray head on your sink, I use that. I use the spray head, not just the flowing water. Though it really doesn't matter what you use. But I rinse it really well after soaking. Maybe I'll hit some trouble spots with a soft sponge. And that seems to take everything off. It's especially good for controllers. Take your controller completely apart, so it's just the plastic shell and the buttons. And you can get all that goop and the goo, and especially if you have kids. You know, if you have kids and they play video games, you know, you get, who knows what the hell they get on those controllers. You know, so, you know, if you just completely disassemble the controller, so it's just the plastic pieces, no electronics, then 5 minutes soaking with Dawn Platinum will make the goo and the goop and whatever else is on the controller really easy to get off. Those are all in. Here's the top. I do have to put the buttons back in. Okay, reset. Reset is over here, right? Yes. And power. Where'd the power button go? I have lost the power button. That's not good. Oh, there it is. Found it. Oh. That was worrisome. That would have been way harder than I thought it was gonna. All right. I need to put the door assembly on. I took the door assembly off and washed it by hand. I didn't want to soak it with those springs. There's springs in there to keep the doors, to close the doors. I didn't want to soak those. So I took them out. Took out this door assembly. And I just washed the doors by hand. It's not even going in. It's in the wrong place, man. Okay. Okay. There's 3 screws hold this in. Why not 4? I don't know. Okay. Whatever. I didn't design it. Okay. Door works. Reset seems to work. Power works. Okay. Button this up here. I don't know if is this a script. Yeah, that's a stripped one. I don't know why it's stripped. I think I've only taken this apart once. That was many years ago. I don't know. Weird. And the screw doesn't fall out. Just never gets tight. All right. Oh, why not? I'll demonstrate how to put these Sega CD shields on. So this one goes over the slot like that. You might hear it click, you might not. I've had this one on and off several times. So okay. This just goes in some slots. Just shove it into the vent holes. And then for the Sega CD plate itself, these two prongs go towards a slot. And you can tell because this screw hole here lines up with these threads. There we go. Then you should have a screw. Looks like this. And that holds the plate on. And that's it. Let's see if that helped. Oh, got some schmutz on there from my table. It's not good. Anyway, let's see if this worked. All right, let's see if we can get this plugged in. I don't want to hook up the 32X just yet until I know it works. Oh, that feels more solid already. All right, let's get my video cable here. So many wires. All right, I think that's in. That's in just fine. All right, now let's turn it on. Turned right on. Cool. All right, well, you can hear, it sounds okay. There's no clicks and pops. It doesn't sound great because this is it's a Genesis 2, but yeah, that seems to have taken care of the problem I was having. Yeah, no clicks and pops. All right. And I don't have to mess around with the power cord anymore. I don't have to make sure it's in exactly the right position and, you know, don't have to worry about bumping it or anything. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, and see you next time.